we have. So I'd like to call to order our Thursday, October 20th, 2022 Clean City Commission meeting, the last one of the year. Can I get a roll call, Donna, please?
Chairperson Woods.
Present.
Vice Chairperson Oberg.
Present.
Commissioner Russell.
Present.
Commissioner Carpenter.
Present.
Commissioner Hollins.
Here.
Commissioner Case is excused. Commissioner Bowman. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we start, can I just remind you guys to make sure you're speaking into your microphone?
And your cell phones are off.
Perfect. That's a good idea.
All right, so we'll move on to item 1, approval of minutes, consideration of minutes for approval. Did everyone have a chance to read the minutes?
I'll make the motion that we accept the minutes as written.
Second.
Commissioner Hollins? So we have a motion and a second. Are you okay? Do you want to get some water? Okay. So we'll pause just a moment.
Hate it when that happens.
Okay.
All right. So we have a motion for the approval of the minutes and a second. All in favor, vote yea.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item number 2 is consideration of public comment. Donna, do we have any comments?
I was not contacted with any comments.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So then we'll roll on down to item listed number 3, old business. First thing listed under A is event calendar, monthly update of the Clean City Commission calendar of events, discussion and or possible action regarding any new or rescheduled upcoming events.
Chair, members of the commission, I know at our last meeting we had talked about trying to do a cleanup this coming weekend. And I had reached out last week, and I apologize that I wasn't able to get back with you this week. But just due to staffing challenges that we're having, we really don't have anybody to dedicate towards a cleanup this weekend. So if we wanted to look at another weekend in November, we could do that. We've just been stretched pretty thin between storms, water leaks, and special events. So. But other than that, I didn't have any other event calendar items to add. I don't know if any of you did.
So I know we had spoke in July about doing one in October, and it's definitely too close, to try to gather one for this weekend. And then next weekend is, Halloween, so that's a total different thing. I would still like to move forward with doing one in November, but I would like to be able to lock in a date now so we can tell people about it instead of, having just the commissioners show up for the cleanup.
Okay.
Do
I
you
think,
have,
out of those, if we're still looking for a Saturday, I guess I would think the 19th might be our best bet. The 11th is Veterans Day, and
I was going to say, the 12th, right after that, right after Veterans Day, that wouldn't put us any too close to Christmas or anything like that.
the 12th, a lot of us are going, there's a Department of Water Resources hearing
okay.
scheduled for the 12th, so
Mm.
that's kind of an all-day event.
So the 19th would probably be the last Saturday of the month that we could schedule anything then.
yeah, because that's, you know, and then once again, that's the weekend right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So how many folks are going to be traveling
Um,
that to go out of town for their short week?
I don't know whether that would make a difference for us or not.
I mean, typically, the cleanups have been staffed with, our staff and then whatever commissioners show up. We haven't
Mhm.
really, even during the, help me out.
On the ones where the staff shows up, do they come on Saturdays, or do they normally have those during the week, where they'd be on a normal week?
Those are usually during the week.
Yeah, that's
when
what
we
I
have them
thought.
staffed, but we could we'd have people available to work, just, like say, this is probably the first free weekend that most of our employees
Mhm.
have had in a few months, so.
When we have our cleanups, are some of those people that I put on a list invited? I have like two lists. One is people that want to come help this Clean City Commission when they do their cleanups. And then the other list is for when we do the Helping Hands project, they'll bring their people. But are we emailing like Portia, and she can bring 3 or 4 girls to help
Yeah,
when we do our cleanup?
We can definitely do that.
Yeah, we could definitely do that.
And I worked with Coca-Cola, and so they'll bring a bunch of their people
Yeah.
anytime we have cleanups. So those are the two that I think of that would bring
Okay.
a nice group of people to help us clean up, yeah. Okay.
And I know for Adopt a Block, when we were talking to people before me and the commissioner was going out, but prior to that, there were people that could no longer in their group do it, but they wanted to be included whenever we had pickup. So, because they didn't have enough for the whole group, because most of them were, getting a little bit seasoned, and so they didn't feel they had enough folks to be out there, but they were still interested in being, in the loop when we're going to do one. So if they can go, that'd be great, but they wouldn't be obligated to do the normal 2 pickups a year.
Sure.
So, and I think
definitely.
Donna has like
They
those
have
in,
the expired permit contacts.
correct.
I really only have a contact for the main person in the group, so that's all I would get. But
Okay,
yeah, I can definitely do that.
all right, thank you. So is the 5th not available? Like the next week after Halloween, rather than scooting to the Thanksgiving weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I might be out of town that weekend on the 5th,
I'll be out
but,
of state.
Oh,
could
and I
still
knew that
work.
too. So Vice Chair Oberg is going to be out the 19th as well. But you'll be here on the 19th.
And then
You
there's
won't be on the 19th, okay.
the very first Saturday of November, the 5th, if we want to keep it on Saturday.
So what do you think, Kathy?
I'm available.
I think that
Any of those?
whenever.
Okay.
Yep, whenever.
Does it have to be on a Saturday, or?
I don't think so. I mean, there's a couple that of Fridays I will be unavailable.
Yeah, you
Correct.
won't be available, so just depending how many other bodies we can get down there.
Correct.
So the 19th
Or
was
the
what you
5th?
said first. And that works good for your team, right?
yeah, I mean, the 5th might be able to work too. I'm just not sure I'd be able to be there on the 5th.
The 19th.
I can't be there the 5th, I found
I
out.
can't be there the 5th either.
So no Donna. No Public Works Director.
No, Randy.
Not on
And-
the 5th.
Did we pick an area? Or is that coming next?
Well, I
Get
guess
the
I was
bodies first,
assuming,
right?
you know, our existing area, but if we
Right.
wanted to go
Oh,
someplace
the
else, we
normal-
could,
yeah, the normal
could do
dock
that
block
too.
area, yeah.
there has been, ADOT actually had a prison crew out there that did a lot of their frontage the last couple of weeks, so
Yeah, they
their
did.
frontage is looking pretty good.
So is there another area that we could do that maybe, that's not,
We could do any area you wanted to.
Just go up Stockton Hill and hit all those places along the sidewalk and a little bit into the open fields and
Yeah, we would just need a place to stage where we could park and have some equipment.
maybe Cracker Barrel or something.
so the last time we came up with a place, everybody had different ideas and it never really panned out for any of them. So I don't know if we should just start throwing out random places. But I would like to do a different place besides the normal area, especially if it's just been recently done.
Well, a portion of it has. A
And-
portion of it's still pretty woolly.
Is it in front of the truck stop area there? Is that
No, it's down by the DMV and
Oh,
ADOT's office.
the further area? That's all everybody's consideration. So first we need to decide a date. Anyone want to make a motion and we'll vote it out, or do we just want to
I make a motion
decide?
for the 19th.
I'll second that.
I have a motion and a second for the 19th, which is,
Didn't I hear that there was a problem on the 19th, that there was someone couldn't make it, or? was
Just,
that
yeah,
my-
just me.
Just you, okay.
Just me.
okay, so all in favor, say nay, or yay?
Yay or nay?
Yay or
Yay.
nay?
The 19th is fine on, as far as I can tell, on my end at any rate.
If you want, I mean, we could scout town a little bit, and maybe come up with 3 or 4 other locations and just,
What about like around the Walmart? I know,
Yeah.
Oh, that's always,
like I contacted, the old Mexican restaurant that was there.
hmm.
A lot of transients live in there now. Eddie went over. I talked to Eddie about a month ago. He went over and pulled the trash receptacle out. He kept throwing the trash in there. He left the doors wide open. He had his guys clean it all out. Every trash can's overflowing. But I did talk to, there's no property manager for that building. I talked to the broker who's trying to sell it. And,
I'm sorry, were we talking about the old Walmart or the new
well,
one?
the over when the Staples parking lot, where that
Yeah.
Mexican restaurant was, and then I thought maybe we could, I don't know if we wanna help him out, and try and clean that thing up or not. He said he'll try and hire a crew or something to go over and clean it up, but maybe we could start there and get that area cleaned up, and then go around behind that shopping center, and then on the other
Yeah,
side where
it-
Walmart is, like where you leave off of Airway, that's
Just a-
always dirty over there.
Yeah, a lot of that area, at least that's, I'm understanding your description is private property. So
It is
Typi-
private property, for
typically, we're
sure.
working, in this program, we're working in the rights of way.
Yeah, that's
So
all
if we're going on private property, that would be more
Yeah.
under that helping hand.
like that
Okay,
vote.
hang on. Before we get
Sorry.
carried away on where, we need to finish the vote.
the date? Yes, we
No,
still have.
there's a motion for the 19th, and we need to take a vote if that's going to pass. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All against? Motion carries. So now we can move on
Okay,
to
the
other
19th
areas.
is what we're going to be looking at. All
Correct,
right.
Saturday, the 19th. And last time, it was brought up about doing the walk on the
The pathway.
the pathway. I think that's an excellent idea, just for the simple reason we won't be out around moving cars or on
Hmm?
private.
What pathway
property.
are we referring to?
I think Mojave Wash pathway.
Does that start at Dairy Queen Going along to 40? No, that's a different.
That's a different one, but
That's a
that might be a good candidate too. But the Mojave Wash pathway starts behind the library, between the
Oh, yeah,
library and the
yeah,
Walmart, and heads north.
Gotcha. We wouldn't be doing the wash though, would we?
No, we'd just be
Good,
up on the
because that's
pathway.
dangerous in there, I
Yeah.
think.
I haven't driven by it lately, so I don't know what condition it's in, but that
Yeah.
does sound like a good project.
So it'd be like starting at the library and going north?
Yeah, probably, yeah, maybe just the library up to Airway.
Starting time,
8?
7, 8,
8 o'clock?
8's okay with me.
8's good.
It's good for me.
Make a motion?
That's just what I was.
Well, I think we're getting the horse before the cart, or the cart before the horse.
Well, we've got a cleanup date, so I think we need a start time now. And then we can figure where the heck we're going.
Is it well, summertime it's earlier. So yeah, 8 would be
8,
fine.
yeah, 8
Yeah,
would
that
work.
would be fine. 8, yeah. Okay.
8 a.m.?
Yes, sir.
That's inked.
Mojave Wash?
Meet at the library.
Can we decide today where we want to go, or does it still need to be determined?
I guess I'd like to look around a little bit. I mean, if it, Mojave Wash, I don't know, for all I know, Parks just had a crew out there cleaning it, so it might be
They
okay.
did about a week and a half ago.
Yeah, so,
And a couple of days ago, right where the library is, there was a few guys getting some weeds out right there, so you could, when cars were pulling out, they could see, but I don't know how far down they went.
yeah. I mean, if you're comfortable just delegating that to me, I can go find a woolly-looking place and let you know.
Email us.
That's all right.
That'll work.
Yeah, if we're going to be doing that, if we want, we could take a look while we're there over at Airway across from Walmart to see how it is on the little, between the street and the fence. If that's jammed, we could clean that up maybe as well.
And it'll be after election too, so a lot of other stuff
Yeah, they
that's
get
up there
They get
might be blown
60
away.
days or something to take their signs down. They get a time after election day to keep their signs up. So.
No, but sometimes the wind just whips all that stuff and it just stays right there in that area. Do you know if any of that area in the channel is adopted by anything? It's
It
not.
is not.
Okay, thank you. All right, so I guess our Public Works Director will get back with us to confirm the location. Otherwise, we will be seeing each other on the 19th for an 8 a.m. pickup.
Awesome.
So item B is community outreach and education. Discussion and possible action regarding our community outreach and education.
Chair, members of the commission, we had reached out to Surbat Garden Club, and they are definitely interested in presenting, but they were unable to make tonight's meeting. I'm not sure yet, but I'm guessing that in January, we'll be doing our open meeting law training. And then we'd also had Diggett Community Garden on as another presenter to come in and talk about the programs that they have. So that's kind of what we've got lined up for the next few months. If anybody has anything else they'd want to direct us towards, we'd be happy to pursue that.
Has anyone reached out to Diggett to see what their availability might be?
I haven't talked to them lately. No, I
Okay.
haven't. So,
I know they have a lot of, activities going on over there,
yeah, they do.
so, okay.
They do.
So will you be the one reaching out to them, or
Yes, ma'am.
okay, thank you. I know in our July meeting, we were to have the,
Flood control.
there's a technical name for it. What does your book say? Yeah. Low impact development presentation tonight.
Yeah, I talked to, well, I had a little trouble scheduling that with the folks over at Mojave County Flood Control, so
Okay.
a little miscommunication between us and them, or between me and them, I guess.
I just know they've been on our list for, I don't know, it seems like a good year, year and a half, and
Yeah,
they seem to do not have the opportunity to speak about their subject. So, all right, anything else, commissioners? Nope. All right, so when we will move on down to C, Community Recognition Program. Update regarding the Community Recognition Program and discussion and possible action regarding finalization of the information document.
so Chair and Commissioners, we haven't received any new applications for the Community Recognition Program. Last month, or last meeting, I guess, or we kind of had developed these talking points on the Community Recognition Award Program. I didn't know if we wanted to spend a few minutes going through those to see if there's anything that needed to be clarified or added. It's pretty straightforward, I think, that the program's intended to recognize businesses, individuals, clubs, and organizations for beautification of Kingman through various methods. But with that, I don't know, I might turn it over to Vice Chair Oberg to see if he's had any more communication with anybody or any more nominations for us.
Not right now. There's a couple I'm kind of keep my eye on. They looks like they're getting ready to start doing some remodeling, and so hopefully maybe by next month we'll be able to get some applications in
Okay.
for them. But other than that, right now, the one that you and I spoke about, I went and looked, and they did a little bit of landscaping, but never really went any farther. So I don't think it's
Okay.
Yeah.
So everyone that we've received and awarded, they've received their plaques and,
Except for one, and I still have that plaque. Have you heard anything on that one? You know which one I'm talking about?
No, I haven't. I need to follow
We
up.
have to
Yeah.
get on that one, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful remodel, but
okay, we'll go on down to item D, Kingman Helping Hands Project. So we'll do an update on the Kingman Helping Hands Project regarding next steps in implementing the program, discussion and possible action regarding finalizing the information document that was provided in the program.
Chair, members of the commission, Donna's been pretty busy on this one. The brochure was approved at our last meeting, and that'll be going to the printers in the near future. We've also updated the service organization and churches list with some up-to-date contact information. Donna's had discussions with Neighborhood Services, and they're pretty excited about the program, along with the City Attorney's Office and Municipal Courts. She's also talked to Nucor Steel. I guess I should just let Donna do this item. And also had some discussions with Coca-Cola after Mr. Oberg had recommended them, and they showed some interest in it. So, like I say, the brochure is going to the printers, and I think we're to that point now where we can start reaching out and maybe trying to schedule some times to speak to some of these groups. And we've got kind of the talking points. I don't know if these look complete enough for you, but these just kind of the general overview of the program. But yeah, I think we've finally gotten to the point where we can go out and start talking about it. And with that, I'd take any questions you might have.
I'd like to ad lib on the Coca-Cola thing. I reached out, I spoke with the president, and what they're doing is they're mandatory making every employee do so many hours of community service. So it's a perfect program for us and our Helping Hands program. So I got Don in contact with them, and it looks promising, yeah.
Awesome.
So again, as we start going out to talk about it, I think, the three things we're looking for is, obviously recommendations for any applicants that we could help out, volunteers for anybody who'd be willing to participate with us, or any donations of, materials or other supplies that we could utilize for the program. And I guess what we would ask is as you start reaching out, to just notify us if you do have a speaking engagement or something lined up. If you feel more comfortable with one of us going with you, then we'll kind of need to coordinate schedules, calendars on something like that. But yeah, I think we're ready to hit the street.
So how are we going to keep track of who talked to what organization or
Well, that's as
individual?
asking that you would let us know if you had something scheduled somewhere. We'll keep a spreadsheet together of who goes where, when. And
And wouldn't want to have 6 different people go up and trying to give the same presentation to them.
sure. And I think the other thing we can do too is, we've got 3 programs to talk about. So we've got Helping Hands, but we also have Adopt a Block. And we have a community recognition program. So I guess it's a matter of how much time they have or how comfortable you are talking on multiple subjects. But, those are all 3 things that we could be promoting as we go out to these groups and start talking to them. I think they're all, hopefully it would spur interest and activity in some of these programs that we have.
So the talking points are in the brochure thing here?
Well, the talking points are the separate document, rates. It's the
Did I go too far, maybe?
Clean City Commission, Kingman Helping Hands Project, and it's got the bullet points underneath it,
Okay. Yeah,
and then the
oh, there it
list,
is.
and then the brochure.
All right.
Any other comments?
No,
I have
looks
no
good.
problems with the brochure. I thought it was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe we approved that back in July. The comment I had was back in July as well. We talked about that and it was going to be on the website. So I looked today and I looked a couple weeks ago because
Yeah,
I had an engagement and I didn't have no document.
It's not on there, but I guess now at this point, we'll get all that information on there.
Okay.
Is there a time frame on printing the brochures?
Hmm?
Time frame on printing the brochures?
Oh, I think it'd be in the next week
Yeah.
or 2.
Yeah, in the next
Yeah.
couple of weeks, I'll have them.
So once that happens, can we get just a email blast
bet.
saying, hey,
Mm.
thank you?
So if I was to present this to members, like at my church, I'd say, if you know anybody inside Kingman city limits that would need help with their home or whatever, to dress it up, make sure we say inside, say, sorry, people in the county.
Yeah, well, and I'm sure we'll be doing some of that screening on our side.
Yeah.
And there's a
Okay.
lot of people that live here that aren't sure whether they live in the city or outside the city. It just kind of blends together. So
Right.
but I guess, like we had talked about before, I think the emphasis is on those folks who either don't have the financial means or aren't physically able to clean up their properties.
Yep.
Any other comments?
So once, if we find somebody or somebody suggests a person, then we going to just turn their name and address into Public Works and you're gonna qualify them, or?
Yeah, if you just have them, give them our contact information, they can give us a call or send us an email. We'll go out and talk to them. And
They have to fill out
See
the
what's going-
application.
So then once you determine that they're qualified and stuff, then are you gonna contact the commission to let us know so we can volunteer also?
Yeah, I think depending on the, definitely, yeah. Depending on the volume of applications, and I don't know, and I might be wrong. I guess I'm thinking it's gonna start out kind of slow and ramp up. I would anticipate that we'll be doing these quarterly.
Right.
Is kind of where I think we'll end up, to where
Sure.
we're doing, you know,
Okay.
doing
Yeah,
it
I
quarterly,
just,
and then if it gets busier, then I guess we could try to do them more often.
I just want to be informed so I can come and
Sure.
participate, so.
Sure.
That was a good question.
Thank you for joining us, Ed.
Welcome. We missed you. We were waiting for you, but he said we had to go. Yeah. All right, so we'll move on to letter E, adopt a block. Regular monthly update, discussion and possible action regarding the adopt a block program.
Chair, members of the commission, so there's a flyer included in the packet. I guess if there are any changes to be made to that, we would appreciate those changes. Otherwise, I think we'll move forward with printing those and having those available. Like, you know, as you're doing speaking engagements for whatever program, you could always take the other brochures with you. And again, we talked a little bit earlier, but Vice Chair Oberg had provided some contact information for Coca-Cola, so Donna's been in discussion with them, and they seem excited about the program. And we've also developed some kind of talking points for that program too. So I think with that, I try to answer any questions you might have.
Has there been any changes to any of the documents since our July meeting?
I do not believe so.
Okay, because I was handing
Well, I don't know,
information
Donna.
out.
If it was really minor.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think we had a few tweaks.
But I think they're pretty much the same because I thought that was.
Yeah, I thought it was approved as well.
Yeah.
And so that's what I was giving out as information.
I will make you up like little packets with all the talking points for all of the programs and all the stuff.
And then just email us and we'll stop by the office and pick them up
Sure.
when these brochures are ready and that type of
Mhm.
stuff. Okay.
I mean, these pages have the talking points. We could just print them off, right? It's the same as what's going to be
Mm-hmm.
in the packets.
Yeah.
Have we had any additional permits awarded since the July meeting?
No.
No, okay.
I talked to Dutch Brothers and Starbucks, and they both, I believe, decided to go with a park versus a block. But I am fairly certain that Coca-Cola is going to do something. Hopefully a block.
Yeah.
A big block.
Yeah, there's a lot of businesses nowadays that's part of their, their just give back program. A lot of them pay their employees because that's really kind of the only way you can mandate them to do anything is if you pay them.
Yeah.
But, their overall mission statement is, they've stated they're going to do so many community projects, and so they look for a lot of giving back, whether it's Adopt a Block or the Helping Hands, that type of thing. Because I know some of the schools are that way as well, and they've all been reached out to as well. But yeah, it's in light of what's happening outside in the real world, there are some other companies that are going kind of the opposite and, you know, saying now we want to give back. So that's nice. And they're here in Kingman, so that's nice too. Any other comments for the Adopt a Block? Commissioners? Statements? All right, well then we're going to go on down to item number 4, which is announcements by the commission members. And let's just start out with the last meeting for Commissioner Bowman. Any updates?
How'd we do with the pickup, the trash?
We did pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah, I can tell you about it after the meeting.
Oh,
It's
I'm
just
sorry.
not on the agenda.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Well, you'll have to do it while we're all here, because I'm sure we would all like to.
Well, I have an announcement too, if you would allow. You can go through yours first, that's fine.
Do you want to do yours first?
Sure,
Okay.
I'd like to acknowledge Commissioner Bowman and Commissioner Russell for their long service. It's a lot of time and effort put into this commission over the years, and we definitely appreciate it, and we're going to miss you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
And so after the meeting, we have some cake and refreshments, so please stick around and enjoy yourself for a little bit. The other announcement I have is after our Adopt a Block cleanup, we received a certificate from ADOT, so that's
Oh,
a good
good.
program. So we'll have that up in our office. That was actually, ADOT had said that was one of the best turnout Adopt a Block weekend statewide that they'd ever had. So it's good.
Was that the United Way weekend or the week before that?
It was the, United Way weekend.
United Way.
And that's all
Nice.
I have. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, Commissioner Russell, any updates?
No updates, nothing really to comment on other than the fact that it's been a real pleasure working with everybody especially this year, because I have been kind of out of it this year, and you people have handled the load very nicely as far as I'm concerned, and it's been a real pleasure working with the community. Thank you.
I hope you guys still come out and do pickups, though.
Oh, yeah, we'll come out
Okay.
for the cleanups,
Okay.
and, yeah. At least I will, I can't speak for Kathy.
If I know about it, I'll be there.
There you
Keep them on
go.
the email list.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but the one, the
I
volunteer.
think they'll just move from the commissioner list to the volunteer list.
Yes, exactly.
Commissioner Carpenter.
I'd like to thank C and Kathy for their service, and we're going to miss them. And and I'd like to make a plug for the Kingman Citizens Academy. If anybody gets a chance, get on the list, go to the Kingman Citizens Academy. It's a really neat program. You're going to learn a lot of how Kingman operates, all the different departments, and this city is run really well. You'll be amazed at what you learn there. So that's my comments.
Nice. Thank you. Commissioner Hollins.
I'd just like to thank Fee and Kathy for their participation on the board and all the work they've did to make it work. And it's been a pleasure to serve with you both. And we're going to definitely miss you sitting there and attending the things with us. And so
Thank you.
we wish you all well afterwards. And thank you.
Vice Chair Oberg.
Yes, same here. C and Kathy, thanks for all your help and support over the years. And anytime we had questions, you always had the answers for us.
Yeah.
We'll have to see you at the car shows now instead.
Good.
Oh,
Thank you.
And so I also want to echo all the sentiments. I really appreciate all the history and all the documentation from my paper queen over here. She's always got paper, so it's always nice because she can give me copies. And we will miss you up here, but we will see you,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, on the pickups. So, and you never know, we might have to ask you questions again, just down there instead of up here, but.
Okay.
And also, I wanted to put an agenda item for next go around in regards to signs. I know Commissioner Case had asked about, and I believe Carpenter on our last time, we're talking about like beautification signs. Pick up your litter, some kind of fancy, pretty signs we could put out there to remind people to do the right thing and pick up their trash. I didn't see anything on this agenda, and so I thought maybe it could get addressed next go around, if we can do that, if we can't do that, and that type of thing. And then also, I wanted to, I have another little thing here. So Commissioner Hollins and myself, on October 12th, we went and did a little presentation at the Surbat Garden Club, and we spoke to their group of, 25 people about the programs that the Clean City kind of oversees or, is involved with, I guess you would say. And they were very interested, different ones for different things. The Helping Hands program, the Adopt a Blog, both of those were good target points with them. He did a great job because he's got a lot of other things that he's very knowledgeable about, recycling and, water and all those wonderful things that people actually want to know. So at the end, they gave us a certificate of appreciation. It says, in grateful recognition of your continuing service and support, we hereby present Kingman Clean City Commission with this certificate of appreciation, Surbat Garden Club, on the 12th day of October of this year, signed by Joanne Olson, the president. So you can
Nice.
also put this with
Nice.
your
Yes.
certificate,
Yes, ma'am.
and then if anyone likes to see it, and then it can be out there. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else.
Yeah. Nice, nice, nice.
That's it.
Real cold. Pure.
Did you have another comment?
Good luck.
Yeah, just one last comment. I'd asked to put on the agenda for this meeting about landscape buffers. And how do we get that message out to the homeowner that the little piece of land behind their block wall is their responsibility? Can we do just a little one-page letter, a nice letter stating that that is your property behind the wall?
Yeah,
You know.
again, I can't really, since it's not on the agenda, I can't really talk
Well,
about it.
why wasn't
but-
it on the agenda? That's what I'm asking.
Well, because I guess we can have that conversation.
Okay.
And on that, we could have some little, because I know there's a Facebook page. I'm not sure if it's the city and Clean City. Are they separate or together? I'm not sure, but I would like to talk about being able to send out maybe monthly blurbs about upcoming items on a social media avenue, whether it's our page or both. I'm not sure how it goes. But other than that, that's all I have. Anything else, commissioners? I'll entertain a motion.
Send Rob an email. I got some ideas.
Okay. So,
I second that motion.
There wasn't a first.
I thought there was a first.
no,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
all in favor?
Aye.
There we go.